Hey, do you remember the 1980s? No, just me. Last time I had hair. Anyway, they were fantastic. And the movies, totally dripping with toxic masculinity. Oh, I love you, Arnold. Anyway, one of my favourite films was Big Trouble in Little China. For Blizzard. Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. So we've got an interesting video for you today, but I have to say that we can't substantiate whether or not this is 100% true. So do take it with a pinch of salt. However, the adage of there's no smoke without fire may come into effect here, because what we're going to talk about is the censorship board in China. They were given 20 games that were deemed ethic risks. And on this list, there happens to be 3 Blizzard titles. Now, Blizzard, who don't respond to rumour or speculation, unless they bloody start it, they decided to actually tweet out, and the Chinese version of Twitter, whatever it is in China, they actually decided to tweet out saying, no, we have not been told to correct our games in any way, shape or form, and then the tweet got deleted. So sure, there may have been a little mishap. Maybe they were told, we don't respond to this stuff, get rid of it. Or maybe there's smoke where there's fire. But however, I'll let you decide, because the purpose of this video, really, I've got a moral that I want to stick in. Yay! So that's the real purpose of the video. The Blizzard bit is the clickbait. Right, so let's go into this first paragraph so we have a full understanding of where we are. In December, China established an online gaming ethics review committee to examine a first batch of 20 games that were assessed to contain ethic risks, with the publishers of 11 games instructed to make changes and remove ethically questionable content, and 9 games to be either pulled from the market or prohibited from sale. Interesting. Now, this bit up here is the disclaimer, so you can read that. You can pause and read that at your leisure, which does state that they can't substantiate this as absolute fact. Some people think it's fake, some people think it's legit. But like I said, the purpose of the video will become apparent in a wee bit. So as stressed, Blizzard games appear on this list 3 times. Overwatch, Diablo, and World of Warcraft. Now, Overwatch, let's just have a look at the cause, the reason why it was flagged. Game visuals promote incorrect values. What does that mean? Game visuals promote incorrect values. Let's just bring up a roster of Overwatch. Here's the Overwatch roster. I don't get it. There seems to be men, women, people of colour, different races, ethnicities, religion. Oh! I see. Inharmonious chat room. Now, what an inharmonious chat room means is chat which isn't censored. This is the moral of the story, kids. Chat which isn't censored. So it's a chat room where people can say whatever they want. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid free speech. So a harmonious chat room would be one that has certain words, phrases, etc. censored. So that would have to be dealt with. Certain words, phrases, etc. would have to be excluded. Corrective action. So they're not going to get rid of Overwatch, should this prove to be correct. Diablo. Whoa. Whoa. Is the relationship already over? Is there trouble in paradise between Blizzard and... Okay, no. Inharmonious chat, as we've gone through, game missions include fraud? What the hell does that mean? Game missions include fraud. Blizzard would never get involved in anything fraudulent. How very dare you insinuate such a thing? Or does that mean some of the missions don't involve having to buy microtransactions? And therefore it's fraud. They must buy something. They must buy something. Whatever the hell that means. And then World of Warcraft, overly revealing female characters. Oh my god. Oh my god. Heaven forbid, in a fantasy game, we actually have female characters that look sexy, strong, buxom, and all that kind of stuff, you know, because this is a video game and everyone needs to be miserable. But they have very strict censorship laws. Now, again, League of Legends from Riot. Great place to work. Unless you're a man. Overly revealing female characters again. Rewards given based on rank. Again, what the hell does that mean? People are actually getting rewarded. Now, here's let's go into the prohibited / withdrawn section. These are games which have been pulled. So we've got Fortnite pulled. This is allegedly going to be pulled. I don't believe it's happened now. It's only just been set up. But this is a game which is going to be banned. Fortnite will be banned in China. PUBG will be banned in China. H1Z1 will be banned in China. What do all these have in common? Also Paladins as well. What does that also have in common with those? Battle Royale games. Don't look like China likes Battle Royale games. Also, Fortnite Epic, blood and gore. No, there isn't. There's no blood and gore in Fortnite. No blood and gore whatsoever. None. Vulgar content. No vulgar content. There's nothing vulgar at all. So this just looks like a war on Battle Royale games. Don't like it. It was a great Japanese film. You know what China and Japan are like. Great movie from the year 2000. Awesome stuff. Made in conjunction with Film 4 here in the UK. But that's just by the by. So let's get on to the moral of the story, so to speak. And that is censorship and the dangers of censorship, which is starting to creep in, not just to the Far East, but right here on our own doorstep. For instance, let's just say, for argument's sake, if this is true, game visuals promote incorrect values, whatever that may turn out to be. One thing that we have seen with Diablo Immortal is a certain class being conspicuous by its absence. The class, of course, of the Witch Doctor. Then on top of that, you have just censorship in general, freedom of speeches, freedom of expression. Very dangerous things. What happens when you become censored? You at home that are watching this video, for whatever reason, is deemed to censor you, to shut you up, to shut you out, to remove you from the equation. And if you think that is tin hat foil theory, you just have to look right here in the West with Battlefield 5. Why Battlefield 5? Am I talking about the way that they introduced a couple of women to rewrite history, where they did the heroic and courageous actions of a group of men, many of which lost their lives in the process? Yeah, I am. But I'm also talking about the speech that you can't use in Battlefield, like the word Nazi, which seems very bizarre for a World War II game, that you can't use the term of the actual enemy. Not only that, the swastika, which I am not going to put up there because I'd like this video to remain monetized if possible, is missing. Why is it missing? It's been replaced by a flag that was made up themselves. All these little things may seem inconsequential right now, but these are the first elements of censorship, rewriting history, and who knows where that could possibly lead. If you are offering an authentic experience in a game, then give the authentic experience. Why are you afraid to censor these things? When you start to censor them, that is when questions start getting asked, and that is when it looks like you, as the developer, consume with fear. The game itself is already ranked mature. Why would you remove these things? To cause offense? They were there at the time. These are things that happened. So you don't even have to go over to the East for their what appear to be just generally ridiculously strict censorship laws. You just have to look right here on our own shores about what is happening when it comes to rewriting history and imagery and terminology which is attempting to be removed from the equation. We live in some very bizarre times, people. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links there in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Unless, of course, I'm censored. You take care. Bye for now.